Hey, how's everyone doing? It's Indy here with Home Theater Review. I'm the editor-in-chief, and today we are talking about some of the latest audio-video news, you could say. And to start off, I want to talk about the new Bose Smart Soundbar. It debuted with a AI dialogue and immersive sound features. So, of course, we're hearing about AI a lot right now, and it's AI this, AI that. It's just everything with AI. There's certain things that I'm like, cool, that's got AI, that's awesome, it'll help it be smarter, make the better decisions on stuff, and just overall be a better product. But when it comes to certain things like, say, Instagram or a refrigerator, do we really need AI in it? So, of course, I believe the audio world when it comes to AI is going to be rather split on this. We're going to see some people just fully embrace it, and we're going to see some people be super against it. Of course, it's going to depend on a lot of your choices. If you want something, tuned right, or you want something tuned to mostly right, that's going to be your difference with no AI and AI. So that's what we're going to see as a pretty big difference there. Now, Bose is doing this already in the soundbar. It's really not that expensive either, which is pretty cool. I think it's like right around like $500 for the soundbar. And the AI in it is actually going to be basically doing the AI dialogue mode, which is trying to raise the voices of the movie, TV show they're watching and kind of lower all the other noises. Of course, who hasn't had the issue of you're watching a movie, and of course the vocals are nice and loud and clear, and then something happens and then you can't hear the voice at all. And it's just kind of wild how that's such a big issue now. And if you got a center channel speaker, you probably don't have that issue. But if you don't, you're using a soundbar or just your regular TV audio, you likely do have that issue. And especially, many people are blaming streaming services for that issue right away, too. So hopefully this will solve that issue, and if it does, and actually solve it in a way that's not, distorting the audio or damaging it really in any way, and still giving you a very clear audio, this will actually be a great solution. Will we see this in more stuff? Yeah, we're gonna see more stuff. If they can throw AI on anything, digital marketing, they're gonna throw AI on it. Even if it's like something really dumb, like, hey, we used AI to make the menu, and it'll adapt to what you press on in the menu. They're gonna do it. They're gonna throw AI in every product wherever they can. That's just kind of how it's gonna be with marketing. But the big thing here is AI audio. We're going to start seeing it now. Bose, I think, is doing it right. This is probably what I would do with it. Control the dialogue in something. This is not for, a super, someone into audio just like super, super much. This is going to be for someone who just wants a sound bar and just wants to hear what the movie is saying. That's about it. And of course, that is usually one of the largest sections of the market who just want better than the TV audio, but they want set it and forget it. So honestly, great spot to put this in right now, and I think that'll be probably a pretty big success thing if that really actually does do a good job. If it can impress the average, Joe Smo, there you go. It's really going to take off there. All right, so of course we got a couple more sound bars and things like that today, and of course the RBH 5600. This is the IWR, the soundbar that adapts to you. Let's check this thing out. Of course, when you're talking about soundbars, and this is kind of the topic of this video here, I've done plenty of soundbars over the years, and I call them a solution product. I don't like to say that, yeah, that is the end all, it's great for that, great for that. Yes, it's a solution product in the fact that you either can't or don't want to put full-size speakers in a room, but you still want better audio than whatever the TV can provide you. So of course, soundbars that are, still actually put out some decent sound, that's where your sweet spot is. Now, not everyone wants to spend a couple $1,000s in doing that, but if you really want to take it to the next level and you probably can't put larger speakers in, a soundbar is definitely the way to go. Now, of course, the 56 IWR, this is going to be one of your more, I guess you could say, pro install. This is the professional install soundbar here. It's something you can buy yourself. Of course, it's $4,000. As mentioned, it's a couple $1,000s here. But the majority of these soundbars will probably be installed by someone who does this professionally. I own an AV company myself. I do low voltage for a living, and this is definitely to be a, probably AV only one here. And if it's not, like it's all gets out there other ways, which all products do. Everything gets eBay eventually. This is gonna be one of those that It's probably easy to install, but it's going to be, you want to get this thing in there right. Of course, you want to do room correction. You want to make sure you get everything in there right. And it's something to, if you're new to the audio world, you don't, this is a good spot to jump in, but you just want to make sure that you understand if you're buying a $4,000 audio product, it's got to be, calibrated and really dialed in there. I've got some clients that are like, hey, if I spend a ton of money, it sounds better, right? Well, no, you're setting the standard, or you're setting yourself up to sound better. But of course, it's the execution of those products that really, make that stand out, and of course, really make it sound better. So of course, in the audio world here, we're seeing, a lot more, smart processors. This URC thing is interesting. If you've ever done or seen anything when it comes to, I call them kind of the entry level or smaller scale home automation companies. I would count like URC, Total Control, kind of into that realm there. And from small residential setups to large commercial installations, that's what a lot of URC Total Control stuff, Control 4, things like that. That's what they kind of do for the most part, of course. And we're seeing this stuff ever evolve. I haven't seen any news yet where they talk about AI. I'm sure it's in the works. I'm sure it's probably already been announced. I just haven't seen it yet. And of course, we're seeing a lot of Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. If you've never heard of a company called Josh AI, that's worth checking out as well too. They were kind of the pioneers almost a decade ago for voice recognition and kind of put it into like home control stuff. I don't know how they're doing now, but it was pretty cool because you could chain commands, of course, before Alexa or Google Assistant. So it was actually pretty cool. It's worth checking out if you haven't seen that so far. But here's also all the new system controllers and stuff, from URC. Every couple of years they come out with some new ones here. And of course, for most people, this is irrelevant. There's not a lot to these controllers. But what I like to say about these controllers, especially when we see them in the news like this, it's cool seeing this stuff come down in price and get simpler and simpler. What we can do with Amazon Alexa and $300 in other stuff you buy on Amazon that's smart controllable. I mean, that blows anything you could do away back in early 2000. And of course, we're seeing technology advance up that ladder there, and it's just going crazy. But the cool thing is I still do systems like this, like URC Control 4, and I do service them a lot. But it's really cool seeing clients slowly move over to, do I need a full URC system, or what does URC offer that's a bit more, simple and affordable still? And so, of course, we're seeing control systems come down in price significantly here while still offering just a ton of features. And it's really cool to see that. I like to always say when it comes to home automation, watch the kind of the mainstream market. What's happening on things that are not dealer only stuff? The more you see that, the more you're going to see advancements at the top, and that's where you're going to keep seeing stuff moving on. So really cool to always see that whenever it comes to, of course, anything home automation, anything that's really going to be dealer only, of course. I just did a review on the QE ears. If you've never heard IEMs before or in-ear monitors, super worth checking out. The sound on IEMs is it's very real. They like to keep it, if you've heard headphones, you're going to hear headphones that are more bass heavy, more treble heavy, more mid-range heavy, where IEMs are trying to keep that sound just as clean, as natural as possible. And that's what they go for. And just absolutely amazing. I did a review quite a while back for Campfire Audio, and that's what really got me into IEMs pretty quick. No, I don't play any musical instruments. I don't do any concerts or anything like that. But I do just love a lot of the concert audio. It's very cool stuff, and I've been to like other trade shows where it's more commercial focused. And it's always really cool seeing that stuff. The light shows, the smoke shows, really cool stuff. And IEMs are kind of been a big part of that. A lot of musicians on stage wear those. And Q Ears, though, is doing some really affordable stuff. And I mean, all these are reviewed are well under $300. And they sound absolutely amazing. The build construction of them is absolutely amazing too. That's why I gave it the Editor's Choice Award. I really couldn't hear, anything with those IEMs that was, super in your face, like, wow, this doesn't sound good here. There's something wrong. Whereas you could have told me those were $1,000 a piece, and I would have believed you because they just had really almost no weakness to them. So very, very cool stuff there, and definitely worth checking out there. But guys, that's all I've got for you this week. I'll be covering some other news stories here. I'm gonna try to do this at least once a week, if not more, of course. But guys, thanks for checking it out, and have a great day, everyone, and stay safe out there.